Salutations, crustaceans! I'm Lobster, and it's that time of year again. We are going to be going over our top 3 best and worst basses of 2022. Let's get started. "2022 has been an interesting year for bass, and especially the tail end of 2022 where a lot of awesome new models have come out. Unfortunately, a lot of those new models that just came out aren't going to be on this list because we haven't had a chance to play them yet. But we will be going over our top 3 best and worst basses of 2022 for the basses that we've reviewed. I spent a lot of time pondering this list, and I think I've come up with a good one. So let's get started. You all know what you need to do. Go ahead and pinch that like button so my hand will turn back to normal. Thanks. So what should we go over first? Our top 3 best or top 3 worst basses? Heads best basses, tails worst basses. Hey Google, flip a coin.
You got heads.
Heads. Best basses. Let's start with that. In third place for the best basses of 2023, I'm going to award that to the G&L Kiloton Fretless. It's pretty rare to see a new fretless offering, let alone a budget fretless offering, and G&L definitely delivered with the Kiloton Fretless. The Kiloton character itself works great with a fretless bass, and I think they hit it out of the park with that one. They were also able to get the weight under control by not using a full ash body and only an ash top. We gave that bass a 4 out of 5 claw rating for its excellent build quality, awesome tonal character, and just a variety of tones to choose from with the 3-way toggle switch. So that is our third place choice for the best bass of 2022. For second place, we are going to award that to the KLOS Apollo, just the Apollo standard. I was blown away by the high quality build, great tones, and just the really cool carbon fiber neck on the KLOS Apollo. And for the price, around $1,400 starting, you have a USA made bass with carbon fiber neck that is never going to need any sort of maintenance, and high quality KLOS in-house blackout pickups that deliver warm but very clear and rich tones. My friends and I had a chance to play the KLOS Apollo basses at NAMM, and we were very impressed, and that only made me even more excited to come back and review them. And it seems that there are good things on the horizon for KLOS as they are developing a 5-string model, as well as replacement necks to fill the gap that Status has left when they shut their doors. So yes, the KLOS Apollo will be our second place best bass of 2022. Which bass will be first, I wonder? Yes! This, the Harley Benton JP45 OP, and I'll say the JP55 OP as well. Stock, these basses offer killer tones, awesome weight and balance, and just everything is great. You have an ash body with a cool matte finish with the visible grain here. You have a roasted maple neck with 24 frets. The fretwork is solid, the balance is great, the hardware is much better than you'd think for a sub $200 instrument. This bass checks all the boxes. We gave this bass a 5 out of 5 claw rating for being an absolute budget beast at sub $200. And I think that this definitely deserves the award for the best bass of 2022. Now let's move on to the worst basses of 2023. This is an interesting one as well. Starting off our list in third place for worst basses of 2023 is the Gibson non-reverse Thunderbird. The Gibson non-reverse Thunderbird had pretty decent tones, but the build quality and the ergonomics were questionable at best. I haven't seen so many finish flaws on one instrument, and just overall, though it did sound, like a fat full Thunderbird, you could get that experience elsewhere in Gibson or Epiphone's model lineup for much less. The Epiphone Thunderbird Vintage Pro, or whatever it's called, is around, I think, $600 or $700. It's the top-of-the-line Epiphone Thunderbird, and is highly revered as one of the best values if you're looking for that classic T-Bird tone. We have yet to check one of those basses out, but I'm looking to do so in the near future. However, for over $2,000, the Gibson non-reverse Thunderbird is definitely not a good value unless you really, really, really like burning money. On to second place for our worst basses of 2022. That honor goes to the Ernie Ball Music Man Joe Dart 2. I am a huge fan of Ernie Ball Music Man. I love Stingrays. I love a lot of their other basses as well. But this Joe Dart 2 never really struck me as a good value or a good bass. The original Joe Dart model took people by surprise with its excellent marketing and the cool giant knob and just the overall solid tone. You still had that Stingray pickup that was barking out those fat bass lines. The reception to the Joe Dart Mini was lukewarm in comparison, and there was a lot riding on this Joe Dart 2 model with the jazz bass styling. I had high hopes for it as well, and upon receiving it, I actually had to send it back to Music Man to have a look at the pickups because they were so low output. That bass absolutely got lost in a band setting, and I was sorely disappointed, especially for that thing being over $2,500. In the end, the Joe Dart 2 was not long for my collection. And that brings us to the worst bass of 2022, and I think that goes to the G&L Placentia JB. We recently reviewed that bass and gave it a 1 out of 5 claw rating because of its pretty atrocious build quality, thin tone, and its high asking price considering what it was, especially compared to other G&L tribute models. This Harley Benton JP45 OP is a $200 instrument that feels and plays and sounds like maybe a $400 or $500 instrument. The G&L Placentia JB is a $500 instrument that feels and plays and sounds like a $200, a sub $200 instrument. And that is quite a shame considering it has G&L's name on the headstock. And again, I'm a big fan of G&L as well. I have an L1000 as well as my L2500 up here on the wall. I like G&L, I like their pickup design, I like what they're all about, and we even hung out with them at NAMM. But this Placentia JB is definitely not worthy of the G&L nameplate on the headstock. And that is why I think the G&L Placentia JB is the worst bass of 2022. Let me know what you think about my best and worst choices down in the comments below. But that will do it for our top 3 best and worst basses of 2022. I'm excited to see which basses my friends Bully, AMP, and Jonny Dibble have chosen for their top 3 best and worst basses of 2022. We will also be doing a live stream to discuss and check out our choices, and details and links to that are going to be in the description below. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, subscribe, join our Discord channel, and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about our choices for the top 3 best and worst basses of 2022. And as always, until we groove again.